Good afternoon. My name is Tutu Mahaye. Student number is 223-049-555. I'll be doing introduction and the summary. Me and my group in this presentation, we will be talking about white paper 6. So first, I'll start by explaining what is white paper 6. White paper 6 is building an inclusive education and training system. This South African policy document outlines the strategies for promoting inclusive education, addressing barriers to learning, and fostering a supportive environment for diverse learners. So in this whole presentation, you will get an overview about the aims, advantages, and disadvantages of what is white paper 6.
Hi, I'm Sianda Dlamini and I'll be doing the voiceover for the aims of White Paper 6. The main aims of Education White Paper 6 are to promote equal access to quality education for all learners by ensuring that every child, including those with disabilities or learning difficulties, can learn in a supportive environment.
Greetings, my name is Stella Klope. The student number is 223073303. And I'll be also discussing the main aims of Education White Paper 6. It supports learners through flexible teaching methods and resources such as differentiated instruction, assistive technology, and tailored learning materials to meet the unique needs of each learner.
My name is Trinawo Shezongo and I will be explaining the purpose of White Paper 6. The purpose of White Paper 6 is to transform the education system so it can respond effectively to the different learning needs of all learners, not just a select group. Also to ensure that there are no children that are excluded from education due to their disabilities, learning challenges, or any other barriers.
Greetings, my name is Siyabonga Hlombe and I'll be exploring more on purposes of White Paper 6. This policy provides strong support structures, including the development of full-service schools, district-based support teams, and special schools as resource centers to assist learners and teachers. It builds a culture of respect, participation, and inclusion within schools and communities, where differences are embraced and every learner feels valued.
Greetings, my name is Lwandile Mahlobo. I'll be speaking about the advantages of Education White Paper 6, a key policy that guides inclusive education in South Africa. It promotes equal educational opportunities and ensures that all learners can participate fully in the learning process. For example, a learner in a wheelchair can go to a normal school because the school has ramps and easy access to classrooms. The second advantage is that it encourages diversity and mutual respect, helping learners to understand and value differences. For example, in a classroom, learners with or without disabilities do a group work together. This teaches them to respect each other, work as a team, and help one another.
Greetings, my name is Andiswa Cele, student number 223053531. I am here to continue on the advantages of White Paper 6. It promotes inclusive education. For example, when learners with disabilities are integrated into mainstream schools, allowing them to interact and learn with peers, promoting socialization and diversity. As we can see the picture, there are also some learners who have disabilities. It also addresses barriers to learning. For example, schools provide support for learners with specific learning difficulties, such as dyslexia, by offering accommodation like extra time for assessments or using assistive technology, helping them access the curriculum. These advantages aim to create more inclusive and supportive learning environment for all learners. Thank you.
Greetings.
I am Amatle Gumede and I'll be discussing some of the challenges and drawbacks associated with White Paper 6, specifically focusing on its implementation in South African schools. While the policy advocates for specialized support to be brought to learners in mainstream schools, many schools lack the fundamental resources, trained personnel, and adapted infrastructure to accommodate diverse learning needs. This has, in some cases, led to a situation where learners who might have previously been in specialized schools are now in mainstream classrooms without adequate support, effectively becoming a burden rather than being integrated. Practical classroom example. Imagine a grade 3 classroom in a township school with 50 learners. The teacher, qualified only for general education, suddenly has 3 learners with identified intellectual disabilities and 2 with severe learning difficulties due to trauma. The teacher has no special education training, limited teaching materials, and no classroom assistant.
Greetings, my name is Sele Kumar and I will be discussing the disadvantages of Education White Paper 6 in South Africa. While its intentions are noble like any large-scale policy implementation, it has faced significant challenges and generated disadvantages in the practice of education. Lack of financial allocation is a major challenge for the policy. The policy implies significant financial investment in teacher training, resource development, and infrastructure adaptation. However, budget allocations have fallen short of what is required to implement such a radical systematic change effectively. Well, many schools have reported a persistent shortage of specialized equipment like assistive devices, wheelchair, hearing aids, and specialized seating, sensory integration tools, or even basic adapted learning materials.
And now, in conclusion, White Paper 6 is building an inclusive education and training system. It provides a comprehensive framework for transforming South Africa's education system. By promoting inclusive education, we can ensure equal opportunities for all learners, address historical inequalities, and promote social justice, foster a culture of diverse respect and empathy for learning outcome for better achievement. Thank you.